How's it going, everyone? Today I will be ranking all the maps in Deadline that are currently in the map pool as of April 26, 2025. Coming in 7th place, you guys probably expected this, but it goes to Tarmac. I think it's still in testing, but I'm not sure. But this is a D tier map regardless. It's just a sniper spamming map. I get it. There are people in this world who just love sitting in spawn and sniping across the map, and you have no idea where you're getting hit from. It's not that fun. In terms of balancing, it is extremely biased toward Sino side, because during King of the hill is here, and Sino spawn is here, as opposed to Anto spawn being all the way over here. And being on Sino side, you can see straight into the entrance to Anto spawn, where many players are coming out. But on the flip side, you can't see into Sino spawn, and they have a tower, and all this vertical play that gives them a heavy advantage. The only reason why it isn't in F tier is because, well, it's a pretty large map, you know, and I guess if you want to snipe, then I guess you have a map for that now. 6th place goes to Nuristan. To be honest, I was deciding whether to put this in last place or here. It is a large map and you can definitely snipe here, but you also have a lot of opportunities for mid to close range combat. My issue with this map is just how the sites are not very protected and they're really awkward to fight in. The maze-like ruins scattered around the map doesn't make for a satisfying combat experience at all. Because some walls are too tall for your gun, and some walls you can't vault over, and people ratting everywhere, and it's not really that fun. And this map doesn't really have a direction, if that makes sense. It's just like round, you know? Enemies can literally appear anywhere, and you can't really anticipate where enemies are going to be, so that'll cause you to want to stay quiet and walk. But the map is huge, so it's going to take forever to get anywhere if you're walking. So that's just not fun maneuvering around the map. Not to mention the bushes that don't allow you to ADS, and one of the most abysmal spawn camping problems I've ever seen. I would consider this maybe mid C tier. It's not great, but you could definitely get some kills. 5th place goes to Shipment. This map drops my frames for some reason, I'm not really sure why, but anyways. This map caters to long or mid-range battles just because of the long roads, and I just feel like B site especially is not a great site. Like, you have to capture the little area in front of the tank, and it's just a pit for so many grenades. Matter of fact, all the sites are grenade pits because of the design of the map that allows for teams to just fight head on the sites, which are these long warehouses, which is a breeding ground for snipers. I find that to be a little boring just because there's not much vertical play that you would see on other maps. I just don't think that this map is that fun to play, and it has a really bad spawn camping problem because I feel like the enemy has a significant advantage shooting into your spawn and you can't really do anything about it. It's a C tier map for me. 4th place goes to Pearl of the Orient. I don't dislike this map at all. I think it's pretty cool. I just find it really confusing. The buildings have so many corridors and there's so much detail that it's really hard to see the enemy sometimes. Obviously, it wouldn't be a problem if I had a proper team of people and communication, but if you're playing this map by yourself, it's like there's so many big open spaces, and A site is just a grenade pit. So I just don't find this map to be as fun to play as others. It definitely looks really cool though, but is it good? It's a B tier map for me. Alright, top 3 baby. I'm sure you guys can guess what these are. 3rd place goes to Sandstorm. CQB in this map is really good. Like, there's a lot of variety where the sites are, like different heights and areas that you can play in. This map supports all the different play styles. You could play CQB or you could play long range. It's just a really fun map to play. It's a little weird though how the map is loaded. I think the developers were trying to find some method to optimize the map a little more. And it causes for certain areas to load weirdly because some areas are not loaded, and then when you walk into the area they load, so it's kind of weird. But overall this is an A tier map for me. 2nd place goes to Claustrophobic V4. Now this map is golden. It's really similar to its counterpart claustrophobic V3, but I think it has a worse spawn camping problem. By that I mean it's a lot easier for enemies to walk into your spawn and just live there the whole game. I think it's just a lot more accessible for people to like run all the way through. But the CQB is great and it gives players the opportunity to do some long to mid-range fighting as well. However, there's a little bit of a problem where Sinoside can perch up top of here and get a really good view of Anto, with Anto being at a disadvantage. Additionally, the site during King of the Hill is a little harder to defend because of how easy it is for people to chuck grenades onto the site, and the balcony and the parking garage just make for insanely annoying rat spots for snipers. They're pretty easy to deal with, but considering the overall experience, I don't think it quite lives up to claustrophobic V3. Now, put your friggin' pitchforks and torches away now. I was really trying hard to decide whether V3 or V4 should get on top, but I would like to consider my personal experience and just the fundamental balancing of this map. Both spawns aren't really campable. Like, I've seen people camp Anto spawn, but typically it gets neutralized. I just love how both the claustrophobic maps are small, yet allow for a great combat experience for all ranges. The long road in the middle of the map makes it awkward for Anto to push, yet it makes it reasonable for Sino to exit their spawn, thus eliminating a lot of spawn camping. Once again, Anto gets many avenues of leaving their spawn, so it's not easy to spawn camp at all. And the long range combat of this long road is very balanced because although it gives Sino a tall perch to snipe from, Anto is able to push from behind the truck. And this map just gives both teams a chance, and that's what I like about it. S tier for V3 and V4. Well, that's the end of the tier list. I'm sorry there's not all the maps on here just because they're not in the pool, and I figured they're not worth ranking if they might not be seen again. So just the current maps. Comment below if you agree or disagree with my rankings because I think there might be a lot of people disagreeing. But yeah, leave a like if you agree with the rankings, and if you want to see more rankings in the future, subscribe. And with that, I'll see you all next time.